Hello there. Today I've got a very serious question for you. And that is, am I going absolutely stark raving mad? Well, actually there's a good reason for that question. And obviously there's a good answer too. By now you probably know about my channel and what I think about machines, and every day in the comment section and emails to me I have youngsters of over 13 years old and upwards, all age groups actually, saying to me that they would like to get into the CNC hobby, CNC and lasers. They check on the internet to find a machine suitable for their needs, and of course it's all too expensive, and it is. It's a very expensive hobby. So what I am going to do in the next series of videos, actually it's going to be a bit of a gap because I'm not expecting the packages that I've ordered for about another week and a half, so there'll be a bit of a gap, but I'll do some other videos as I normally would do until these packages arrive. And what I've done is I have ordered the best small CNC router that I could find, and I've looked at it from an engineering perspective. So I have found the strongest one that I can for the least amount of money. And I am going to modify this little CNC router to be the best it possibly can. Not only that, not only have I ordered this little CNC router part of it, I've actually ordered a laser to fit onto this unit as well. And for the price, the best I could possibly get. Now, obviously there's going to be some modification work. So if you have a 3D printer, or you have a friend that has a 3D printer, buy him a slab of beer and ask him to print some parts out for you. Because what I will do is I will design the parts in Fusion 360, and I will make available all the designed modified parts on my Patreon pages, which you can download all the STL files you want, okay, for $2. Okay, that's the maximum payment, $2, and I think that is very, very reasonable. And the whole of this project, okay, whether it be the little CNC router or the laser part of it, with modifications, I am trying to actually do for less than $350. But at the end of it, you have a little CNC router or CNC laser that you can learn from. It's far better to spend $350 and learn as you go and get to use the programs. Oh, that's another thing too. I will be using all free programs, and there will be a couple of programs as well that are very, very cheap. We're talking under $50 here. So I'll stress again, there will be some programs that are free that you can do everything that you see I'm doing. Alright, and also there'll be a couple of programs, if you so desire, that you do have to pay a small fee. But they're all good programs. Okay, the software to run the machine, all free. Okay, it's actually called Gerbil. Okay, so you look up Gerbil and you'll be able to find out all about it. And of course the board at the back there is an Arduino. All funny names, aren't they? So this is the basic machine. This is Australian dollars, and I actually got it cheaper than that. You will, if you go on to Banggood or GearBest or eBay, you'll see this machine or ones like it. And some of them they're asking $450 US. Don't pay it. There's no need to. Okay, so what I intend to do is when I receive this, I will unbox it and I will build it in every detail for you, and we will test run it. And I can tell you now that this little motor on here, I think it's about 100 watts. Okay, it hasn't got the best bearings in it. It's got an ER11 collet, which is half right, but it's just not man enough for the job. Not what I would consider man enough anyway. And I have seen people modify one similar machine to this with a 500 watt motor. Well, that's lunacy. You can't use 500 watts on a frame of this size. You'll tear it apart. However, now this is the 500 watt DC 100 volt DC unit. Is downright dangerous because this power supply does not have an earth, and it's a metal unit. Now, people with any knowledge of electrics or electronics are wise enough to actually put their own earth on it, but it doesn't naturally come with an earth connection. So there is a lot of these sold around the world and people are using them, and they could well, them or someone with them, one of their kids, could get an electric shock, and we all know what that means. Not only that, this is too heavy, and it's too powerful. It's overpowered for that framework. So if you were considering off your own back to do a modification, do not go for one this size. I would say definitely do not buy this particular one with that particular power unit because it's dangerous. Okay. This is a sensibly designed one, and it's the same price. This is a recognized power AC/DC power unit or converter to supply DC power to this with a variable speed control. And it has an earth. It has a sealed compartment. So little fingers can't go in there and get electric shock. This is what I would advise to use, and most definitely this size motor because it's 300 watts and half the weight. of the other one. Now, to make the conversion to this, it will be necessary to, if I can backtrack here, for me to redesign this holder then, this boss, because it's a different diameter. Okay, so I think it's another 5 millimeters larger in diameter, so it won't fit that one. And not only that, the bearings in here are not man enough to take it. So I'm going to have to redesign this. Like I say, the STL files will be available, and just put new bearings in that, and we will strengthen the structure up in places where we discover that, you know, it needs a little bit more, and we may even put a third rail up here, a third linear slide there, to cope with the extra forces that might be put on it. So that's the CNC router part of it. Now, I've already described the programs. We'll also be using Easel, which is from Inventables, and that is also a free program. Very good little program, that. And of course, a laser. I've ordered a 550 milliwatt, so that's 5.5 watt laser. It's a blue laser, so that means you can see this one, not like mine, which is a CO2 laser that is invisible. This one, it will actually, this is balsa wood, it's I think 2 millimeters, and it will actually cut through this. Not as clean as my big laser, but it will cut through it, and it will do beautiful little etching on here, little pictures or whatever. We'll discover together what it actually can do. So that's what I intend to do. I do realise that there's a lot of people out there that would like to get into CNC routers and lasers, you know, get into the hobby, and you know, and I will stress that this machine and what I'm going to do with it, even though I'm operating it to make it the best possible little router and laser that it can be, it is not a commercial device. It's not. It is definitely a hobby device of interest for you to learn with and do little projects for yourself. So I hope you're going to join me for the series of videos. People who know my channel will know that I don't do things very quick. In other words, I don't do all the conversion in one video. I do my conversions so you can fully understand it and you can replicate it yourself if you wish. So, you know, this could take 4, 5 or even 6 videos to do the full conversion and testing and showing you how to work with the programs. So that's what's in store for the next few weeks, but I won't be taking delivery of this for about another week and a half. So I hope you will join me, and well, I'll see you then. So it's bye for now.